It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is September 20th, 2018. Gotta give a shout out to my man Coco from the Webbot Room across the pond. He's out in France. He requested the song Mobb Deep, Temperatures Rising. This is definitely a classic, Coco. You always hit me with the classics, man. I appreciate it. And also, Coco sent me some pasta. We actually cooked some of it. It sent me a lot of it, actually. We cooked a pack of it 2-3 days ago. So shout out to my man Coco for that, man. Always showing me love from France. What's good, people? Hope you guys are doing all right today. We're going to be covering two topics, two coins actually, two separate articles. I kind of consider these two coins like cousins here, and that is Litecoin and Dogecoin. The Litecoin article is actually an op-ed, and it talks about whether or not the Litecoin community should leave Litecoin like Charlie Lee did. And you know, guys, I just came back from the Litecoin Summit, and I got a chance to really see Charlie Lee in his element with the community. Very nice guy, very humble, and we'll have to look at this op-ed and I'll give you my two satoshis on that. And the second article is about your boy Elon Musk. He clicked up with the Dogecoin community, actually the founder of Dogecoin, to help solve some problems on Twitter. We'll take a look at that. All I gotta say for that is much Tesla on that collabo. Let's take a look at that market cap really quickly. We're back above 200 billion. We're at $202 billion for the global market cap for cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin's dominance is down slightly, 54%, just shy of 55. And last 24 hours, again, we had that pop from yesterday. Ironically enough, right after I did my video, we saw that pop. Someone came in and saved us because technically we were surely on the way down to 5,900. Will that artificial buy do anything for us? I'm not convinced. I think that may have been a short squeeze to try to knock out some people, because if you look at the charts, and we can take a look at it now, it was a whipsaw move. So I recorded my article on this red bar here. We weren't that far down. We were maybe around 6,100. So we went further down after the video, and then the next candle, boom, shot us up and saved us yet again from testing that 5,900. I think that was just a short squeeze, nothing major. Really don't see that as a trend reversal in my opinion, at least on the 1 hour chart looking at it. But yeah, so we're kind of sitting idle right now. It's around 6,400, so we'll have to see what happens. But I'm not too convinced with that move. I think that was just a shakeout of the shorts. But let's look at that first article out of Ethereum World News. Problem solved, it says. Elon Musk reaches out to Dogecoin for help and gets it ASAP. So it says here, everyone with a love for technology knows Elon Musk, the famous tech entrepreneur that's probably the highest ranking guy in the industry right now. Elon is the founder of SpaceX and CEO of Tesla. He's also the co-founder of PayPal. Of late, Elon has been a target of Twitter bots impersonating him and ending up scamming some people with their ETH tokens. Apparently, the bot posted in Elon's name asking fans to send ETH coins to a giveaway address, and they would receive back 10 times the amount. Turns out it's a scam. No shit, Sherlock. At first, Elon was awed by the scammer's prowess in the game, but that didn't seem to turn out well as things got thicker. The tweet. So it says at one point Elon had to seek the help of one of the most brilliant minds in the coding game, and that's Dogecoin's Jackson Palmer. On his part, Palmer is no stranger to such Twitter bots, having been a target himself. However, he happens to have found a way to block and report the fake profiles and get Twitter to delete those accounts. Palmer is the co-creator of one of the most talked about cryptos in the market, Dogecoin. In a tweet directed to Palmer, Elon asked for help cleaning up Twitter to stop the scammers from using his name to con people. So Palmer made a simple offer in a Twitter reply. In a statement, Palmer said that he had been using the script for some months and everything was working great after cleaning up a lot of the fake Twitter accounts. The two important guys had a 10-minute chat about the sad state of affairs relating to Twitter scam bots. And so going on, the article talks about the fix. They both agreed that Twitter needs to set up and try to fix the problem from their end, because that would obviously be better than having people run scripts to find and report fake profiles with their names on them. And I told you guys about this part here. Twitter is currently thinking of employing blockchain technology to deal with scams and fake news. Palmer sent Elon a link to his GitHub space where he keeps the said script. So that's cool. That's great to see Palmer helping out Elon there. Palmer needs to make a bot so that it stops Elon from shooting himself in the foot and causing SEC investigations on him. In regards to that whole ordeal where Elon said he had some investors that were ready to take Tesla private. I personally think Elon was just trying to screw over the shorts, and I would be hugely surprised if no SEC actions are taken against Elon for that one. But he's a brilliant guy. I personally think, and it's funny, I saw this article today because I was talking to a colleague of mine yesterday about Tesla and how I would be shorting Tesla myself. Nothing against Elon, but man, you've got Porsche, Audi, and even Mercedes-Benz are now entering the electric vehicle game, and they have the verticals already there so they can integrate and scale with no problem. I saw the Porsche electric car and it looks awesome. So it's going to be interesting to see how Tesla handles this, because they can't scale as fast as these other companies that already have the channels to do so. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts about that. Good to see those two guys working it out. And it's a shame that Twitter doesn't have something already implemented to mitigate this. That's just sad. All my Dogecoin supporters, old school crypto cats, show me some love in that comment section below. And hit that like button too, my Doge family. The second article is out of Crypto Briefing. And this is an op-ed, I believe. It doesn't say anywhere that it is, but just a quick glance at it, it looks like it's very opinionated. So this article says, Charlie Lee dumped his Litecoin. Litecoin should return the favor. It starts off saying here that Charlie Lee is in the news again. This time the founder of the Litecoin blockchain has taken to Twitter to dispel negative rumors and add in some of his own for good measure. In a thread spanning about 11 tweets published earlier this morning, Lee argues against rumors spread about Litecoin. He claims that Litecoin price has been suppressed because a cabal of funds and interested parties are shorting the coin as they see it as a threat. Wow, that's for an individual of his stature, that's a huge statement to make there. You got to come with some facts if you're going to do that. Lee's tweet also refutes claims that the Litecoin network is unprofitable to mine, and that it's just a test net for new technology ultimately designed for Bitcoin, and that its current $3 billion market cap is an unjustified valuation. One of his tweets refers to claims that Litecoin has lost its technological edge in a saturated market, something this author has suggested in the past. So I'm just going to comment on that first part about well, the three parts there, that Litecoin network is unprofitable to mine. I'm not sure. I haven't followed that. I actually started my mining career, if you want to call it that, in Litecoin. That was the first coin that I mined, and back then, you know, script was kind of new on the scene. The script algorithm, I should say, that Litecoin uses was new on the scene. So you had Litecoin hit the scene, the GPUs could mine it. I built a whole bunch of rigs in those crates and was mining like hell. But I haven't followed the mining profitability for Litecoin, so you guys let me know, is it still profitable to mine? The second argument here, or point that the critics are saying about Litecoin, is that it's just a test net for new technology ultimately designed for Bitcoin. It is a test net for Bitcoin. That's definitely a fact. Is it just that? No, I wouldn't say so. I think people, you know, like the coin for more than just that, and they're trying to foster or have been fostering different relationships with banks and different organizations to really try to push this forward. So I'm not sure. I can't agree with the second part. The third one, though, is that its current market cap of $3 billion is unjustified for valuation. Well, what coin is justified for valuation of where it is today? I don't think any of them are. I think it's all speculation. The world isn't really using these cryptocurrencies. All of it is speculation and really doesn't justify any of the market caps. I do think that Litecoin is losing its luster, and it probably would be lower in the market cap rankings if it wasn't the second to Bitcoin as far as brand, as brand recognition. Back when I started, it was always talked about Litecoin being the silver to Bitcoin being gold, but there's no direct correlation. That's just a made up thing, a made up relationship there. There's no demand for the coin in relation to the demand for Bitcoin. And I see many people, putting up that, I think I saw Bix Weir actually put out a tweet talking about the ratio, where it is today and where it should be. You can't use that logic in cryptocurrencies. Using that is flawed, in my opinion, because in the precious metal realm, at least you have some history of that correlation. That that doesn't pan out here in the crypto world. There's no physical mining of these cryptocurrencies. There's no physical market for this. There's no use case for cryptocurrencies in electronics, in automobile, whatever the case may. So to say there's some type of ratio that it should be historically set at is just, to me, a flawed way of evaluating Litecoin. And I think, over time, if the Litecoin Foundation or the community of engineers and such can't bring more value to the cryptocurrency industry, then it will continue to fall lower as some of these other coins and tokens begin to really show their value and use case. So we'll have to see what happens with that. The article goes on to talk about Lee being the leader of the Litecoin network, as well as how Vitalik Buterin holds a similar position with Ethereum. As a sole creator, Lee is a unique position of considerable authority and influence over the project's development and long-term future. It also means that his persona is closely tied to that of his creation. Litecoin has a well-recognized leader and figurehead whose persona acts as the ultimate decision authority in matters relating to vision and development. A project having a figurehead is not necessarily a bad thing. They can give much needed guidance and long-term direction to a community spread thinly across the world. Projects that rely heavily on their communities can splinter easily, and they pose the question, would some of the Bitcoin community have fractured off to create Bitcoin Cash had Satoshi Nakamoto remained active and continued to define what his vision was? That's true. I don't think if we knew who Satoshi Nakamoto was, or at least saw him active in the community, you would definitely, a lot of these forks would not have nearly as much traction. So it goes on to say the problem is that they can become a point of vulnerability. The fate of the project is tied up with that of the leader. A market meltdown can occur if news gets out that they are sick or dying. A hoax that Buterin had died in a car crash caused a near $10 billion wipeout of capital overnight in June of last year. I remember that. A wrong decision or slip of the tongue can be embarrassing for the project's lead, but it ultimately hurts the investors more. And it relates to Elon Musk. It's funny, we just read an article about that. They use that as an example. The article goes on to pose the question, does Litecoin need him? Some wonder whether Litecoin can continue if its creator has sold out completely. Lee's conspiratorial tone in his tweet today is another example of his shortcomings, they say. This publication has suggested that cryptocurrencies need to be able to demonstrate their wider utility and the unique problem they address. It is simply not enough for the leader to argue that mysterious agents are dragging the price of an asset down because it's a threat. Who are these unnamed parties? How does Litecoin pose a threat to their interests? Yeah, that's a good point, man. I mean, I gotta agree with that part of the article. I would have just kept that to myself if he felt that way, because I need proof, man. We need proof of these types of conspiracies. I personally don't think any bank or any organization is threatened by Litecoin. I haven't seen anything yet. Maybe they're working on something and those said groups know this. I haven't seen anything that is a threat to any, at least, banking cartel. They're coming in through these ripples and through these stellar projects, so they're playing chess and they're making their position be known and cornering the market. So honestly, I don't see that being the case. And if that were the case, then I would think that Litecoin would go in the direction of not doing partnerships with banks and doing something that would truly threaten the cartel. But I don't see that as of yet. Could it happen in the future? Sure. Interesting op-ed here. I do think that dumping of Litecoin at its highs still just messes with me. I think he's a genuine guy. I was able to kind of read and feel his energy while I was out in California, and he was at Bix's party, and also at, I saw him around at the Litecoin summit and was talking to his bodyguard as well. He's a good guy, I think. Genuine guy. But it just, maybe it was just luck, or this is what my man Cryptosomniac said. Maybe selling was actually the catalyst for the move down. That could have been it as well. It could have been a cause and effect thing. So we'll probably never know. I'm not seeing where the threat would lie with Litecoin towards these said groups or organizations. No one's using these coins, so it can't be. Like, I don't see Litecoin, Bitcoin, any of these cryptocurrencies being widely adopted and used anywhere. So it can't be a threat, in my opinion. You guys let me know your thoughts, though. Would love to hear what you got to say. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and also click that bell. Make sure you do that. Share this video too. Let's get this conversation cracking with this Litecoin and Dogecoin news. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I'm out. Temperatures are rising. Yeah.